Todd Chrisley, a reality TV star from Chrisley Knows Best, received an 11-year prison term. He has only been in prison for around a year at this point. A reduction of 2 years was made to Chrisley's sentence, which was initially 13 years. It might not be a smart idea to blend a reality TV celebrity with a criminal record. Could Todd Chrisley possibly be safe in a federal prison? The question asks. The remarks of Todd Chrisley's lawyer, the television personality, is apparently safe while serving his lengthy term for the charges of tax evasion and defrauding community banks, according to Todd Chrisley's attorney Jay Sargent. It seems like Sargent isn't worried about his client's safety while they're in prison. The former reality star is reportedly being treated with respect by all involved, according to Todd's lawyer. Inmates look at him as almost their counselor, the lawyer continued. Todd Chrisley is the person they go to with their concerns, Jay Sargent continued. They are aware that Todd is advocating for them. The lawyer went on to say that they regard him as a mentor. Who represents Chrisley the best? The lawyer representing Todd Chrisley has several reasons to believe that his client is secure behind bars. For one, Chrisley, the ex-Chrisley Knows Best star, is speaking up for the rights of his fellow inmates and inmates nationwide. When it comes to telling the world how things are in prisons, Chrisley is incredibly forthright. The other inmates' natural inclination would be to despise the rich reality TV stars. It appears that Todd is an exception to this rule. He seems to be encased in a protective barrier. That might be his fame and fortune. Chrisley is able to speak out for prisoners because of his wealth and media popularity. He would not have these resources otherwise. Inmates probably feel fortunate to be housed next to Todd Chrisley, given his massive online following and influential voice. The position of prison advocate is one that Todd Chrisley has taken up since his incarceration. He is devoting a lot of time and energy to assisting in the reform of prisons nationwide. The convicts are aware of this, therefore they seek his advice whenever they have issues or complaints. Share your thoughts with us. Does the federal jail ensure Todd Chrisley's safety? Are his roles as mentor and counselor actually being considered? Is he sincerely trying to help get jail reform passed? For his own protection, is Todd Chrisley speaking up for the other prisoners? Does it have to be one or the other? Your comments and opinions regarding Todd Chrisley's incarceration in a federal prison are welcome. Todd Chrisley was caught in a tornado of doubt in the shadowy confines of a jail cell. He was suddenly confronted with the brutal truth of life in prison, having been the very picture of wealth and extravagance before. Is Todd Chrisley okay behind bars? That was a question that hung in the air as he was led away from the prison. As shown on the reality show, Chrisley Knows Best, Todd's lavish lifestyle has long been a talking point. His colorful antics and quick wit brought joy to millions of fans. But underneath the shiny exterior was a tangled web of money problems and legal issues. The collapse started when accusations of tax dodging and fraud came to light, which sent shockwaves through Todd's meticulously constructed reputation. The legal system was closing in on him, and a long prison term was in his future, regardless of his claims of innocence. Todd felt a steady creep of terror as he readjusted to his new life. As he dealt with the hard reality of jail life, the once glamorous lifestyle seemed like a distant dream. But Todd's unyielding will remained unbroken in the face of all the mayhem. As he pondered his ordeal in prison, Todd struggled with feelings of shame and guilt. He thought about how his choices had affected the people he cared about. In the midst of all the chaos, he held on to a shred of hope, believing that there was yet a chance for atonement. In prison, Todd's days became weeks, and his weeks became months, of monotony. Still, unexpected moments of comfort emerged for him in the midst of the night. He formed strange bonds with other convicts and shared their triumphs and tragedies. Physical strength was not enough for Todd's survival. He also needed spiritual endurance as he maneuvered through the complex social dynamics of prison. He summoned his inner fortitude, drawing on an inner supply of bravery and will. Speculation over Todd's welfare was rampant beyond the prison gates. Many were worried about him because of the risks he would face while incarcerated. Some people wondered if he was mentally stable enough to endure the psychological strain of prison. At the same time, Todd's loved ones battled their own problems as they tried to accept his absence. They took comfort in their mutual love and strength, and they rallied around one another. There was light at the end of the tunnel because their connection was unwavering no matter how far apart they were. With each passing month, Todd's mettle was tested. From conflicts with fellow prisoners to periods of self-doubt, he encountered innumerable obstacles. Still, he held on to the hope that salvation was possible and would not give in to despair. Todd started to get a grip on the harsh realities of jail life little by little. He focused his energies on developing himself and reflecting on his life when he found a new sense of purpose. He was getting closer to the end of the tunnel with every passing day. After what seemed like an endless wait, Todd's day of judgment finally came. He exposed his innermost thoughts and feelings before the parole board, admitting his faults and expressing sincere regret. Todd discovered salvation in that hour of weakness, opening the door to a new beginning. Even though Todd was a free man upon his release from jail, he nevertheless bore the marks of his past and the wisdom he had gained. He was re-energized and hopeful as he tackled the obstacles that lay ahead. So, is the prison a safe place for Todd Chrisley? When it comes down to it, being safe is more than just wearing protective gear, it's an attitude. One example of how the human spirit can persevere in the face of hardship is Todd Chrisley, who came out on top.